You're listening to Real Coaching Radio, building a positive network.
Yes, but by knowing if those are the good foundations, then you know where to work. So
Yes.
It was not like, oh goody, you get the flag now, you win the banner. But obviously, if you know what it is to help the people with whom you work strive for, then you're going to be that much more helpful in doing the work that needs to be done.
Yeah,
Like a nicer world.
and I wanted to just go back real quick to the beginning of your response, which was very, very interesting, which is something I'm experiencing that we all have a tendency to do, including myself, which is saying that she or he is not giving me what I want, or he or she is not doing what I want. The reason I'm not happy and the reason why I'm not fulfilled is because my partner isn't showing up the way I want him or she to show up. Mm-hmm. And I want to stop there for a second, because it starts a little bit before that. and where it starts is to look inside first. The problem
there's twofold.
is really not out there.
It's much easier to look at somebody else than to look at yourself. Being self-observant,
Right.
being self-reflective is very, very difficult. That's number one. The other thing is that what we don't realize, especially in relationships, is that it's never just about what one person is doing. So, when I have a person come in and tell me that, they, even when I'm working just with one person in the couple, and they say, well, she said this horrible thing to me, I will always say, so that is horrible. What happened before that might have provoked that? Because in a couple, you're a system, you're working together. So, if he or she did something that was offensive or hurtful, what was your part in it? And maybe here's something that's really interesting, and I want to get down to something that's more nitty gritty rather than philosophical for a moment. This is stereotypical, but many guys will say that they don't know how to answer something, so they remain silent. And their thought is, if I remain silent, I haven't done or said anything wrong. So, I can't, I guess, feel responsible or feel like I've done anything that can be offensive. Well, the truth of the matter is that silence actually adds to an argument. Very often, it actually escalates an argument. So my point is that even saying nothing actually can provoke a response on your partner's part. So again, when you're working in a relationship, even though I again agree that you can't point the finger to the other person, you have to look inside yourself and say, what have I done that might have encouraged the response on my partner's part? It really is, you have to look at how the two of them are creating responses in one another.
Yes, definitely. So I wanted to ask you this question, and then we got to go to our first commercial break real quick. And I'm, of course, asking you this for the benefit of all of our listeners as well. So let's say that a whole bunch of enlightened masters have got into a room. Mm-hmm. What would they be arguing about, Dr. Karen?
What is enlightenment? How will we know?
Well, let's talk about that when we come back from this commercial break.
I'm
Okay?
not in there.
You're listening to Real Coaching Radio, building a positive network.